Hey guys, it's Colton here. Today we're going to be looking at Jyushimatsu. It's a Figma series figure. I've never actually owned a Figma figure before, just like the Nendoroids that we looked at last time. I mean, there's a lot of posability, it looks like, with this guy, and he's got the alternate face, his serious face, so we'll open him up and take a look at him. So, taped into place here. We got, looks like a bag to store the figure. Oh, get that off. And then the actual figure is protected on the front with this clamshell design. We have the base, it says Figma, the actual stand. Again, same articulation points as with the Nendoroid, but it's a different shape. It's actually straight shape arms. So Jyushimatsu on the actual stand with the arm. This thing is amazing. This might be the best Jyushimatsu action figure that I actually have. Honestly, you look at the posability and the actual body shape of the guy. Like, this is Jyushimatsu through and through. This is perfect. Look at that. It's perfect, and it actually comes with a bag that has a sprue with a couple of different hands. It looks like some different attachments here on the end. It does come with the instruction manual, of course, so we can figure everything out. Hip joint can be pulled down and extended for range of movement. Oh yeah, you can feel it immediately, and then you can see there, you just pops right back into place. Honestly, I don't feel much difference. You can oh, there you go. Yeah, you look at that compared to when it's popped up. You get about there. Can't get that lower work. Let's see. It's funny trying to get him positioned with the stand. So yeah, comes with 6 extra hands. It's gonna allow us to do that Ayami pose. And he also comes with his alternate face. I'm sure that's just as simple as taking the hair off, it looks like. Yep, just like the Nendoroid figure. He has that line separation down the hair, and then the face pops off the same way. Looks like, at least. Yep, there you go. Then that's just plugs right back in. There we go. Make sure it's flush. And you line the hair up. We got the serious face. I like thinking of all the different poses that you can get this guy into. That looks awesome. You could make him flying through the air. There we go. That looks awesome too. The range of motion and movement that you have with the figure is actually really nice. He's really light, so it is finicky, you know, a little bit hard to get him one-to-one, but once you actually get him standing, then it's all like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Looks like he has, yep, articulation in the actual feet. Looks like bends upwards. Let's get the different hands on him. Here we have Jyushimatsu in the Ayami pose, that classic Ayami pose. That's where that foot pivot comes into play to really get that pose down. You can see the alternate hands that come with the figure are really cool. Set that down. It's great. I love this figure so much, actually. It's really cool. There you go. Now he's got no hands. He's terrified, but not because he's Jyushimatsu. The other alternate hands he has are these open fingered hands and then hands to hold accessories. He actually doesn't come with any. I wasn't sure what E and F were for. I know that F is the, I'm guessing, another peg for his hand in case you lose one or break one. But then E, I have no idea what that is. So yeah, here, let's get his regular hands back on. In terms of actual build quality, this guy is really great. There are some aspects to him that I wish were a little bit better, obviously. I would say that the biggest problem with him is that his legs, even when they're set in the position that they're supposed to be locked in, and we can push him up a little bit more just to be sure. When they're locked into place, they still wobble, and they just want to come loose, essentially. It takes nothing to get that loose. Besides that, I mean, this is the best Jyushimatsu figure. I will say that having the Matsunose in this actual outfit is great, because merchandise-wise, you're very limited. Usually they're just in their hoodies, and so having them in the outfits is really smart. I love the decision. I think it's a really good choice. You can see that, you know, in terms of capturing the character, as we usually talk about on this channel, this does it perfectly. This is Jyushimatsu. There's no mistake about it. Yeah, no, I really love this toy. I have very little to say because of that. I will say that I think that Orange Rouge probably makes some of the best Osomatsu toys, but they haven't made any in a while, I don't think. They don't really make many action figures in general, sadly. If we ever got an SH Figuarts of even Osomatsu, that would be amazing. I know that there's the Iridolls, and then there are a couple of other figures, but not many selections, so this is great to have. And getting the other brothers, you know, for as affordable as they are, it's a little bit more ideal than trying to pick up the other Nendoroids, because even Osomatsu, which I've seen the cheapest, $25, it's just, I don't know if I want to do that when Todomatsu kind of already is good enough for me. But these guys, yeah, I could get Ichimatsu or Todomatsu, and I'd be happy displaying them side by side. The biggest problem I'm having right now is I have so many of my Osomatsu San figures and my Osomatsu Kun merchandise on display that I'm starting to have to put some of my figures in their boxes again. So this is probably what's going to happen to Jyushimatsu for the time being, until I get a display case here in my living room, and that even might be a while with everything going on in my life right now. So yeah, this is just a fun little video because, like I said, I don't really have a lot to say about how great this guy is. It's Jyushimatsu, you know, he does exactly what it says on the can, and I'm super happy with the toy. So to measure Jyushimatsu real quick, he stands 4.5 inches, just about. Really great, like I said, action figure size for a kid, or even just display size in general. What you're gonna want to do is probably weigh down the base itself somehow. You could probably put just tape some weights to the underside since it is hollow. You have probably a 1/4 inch clearance, so you could raise it a little bit, or you could just get something that's thin enough and tape it to the underside or glue it to the underside to give it that needed weight. Besides that, yeah, and that's only because, like I said, it works there, and then you get back so far and he just wants to tip over. So, and that's really only a problem if you're trying to do like dynamic poses. Like I said, like you want him to fly like Superman or something, well, you can get about there, and then it wants to tip forward. You can't get him in the position because it'll just want to keep falling like that. So it's not really an option in that regard. Like I said, you need to weigh it down one way or another. But in terms of, like I said, size and being able to handle him, this is perfect because it's not too big and bulky to where it's just awkward in the hands, but it's also not so small like most Osomatsu figures, to where with the articulation that it has, it's not just falling apart or, you know, flimsy, like we say. It's a little flimsy, but you make it makes up for it in the style and the actual like the rest of the figure, because he still stands up completely fine. It's not like the average American toy that you buy where he has terrible loose joints and he just wants to fall over like this, or he's built top heavy or something like that. The Nendoroid is built top heavy, but it's kind of a design thing, you know what I mean? They give you the base for a reason, or the stand for a reason with the Nendoroid, but with this, it's really just more for posability, I feel like, because he stands completely fine even with the pivoted feet. They're really tight joints there. They're tight joints where they matter, and you know, the knees work perfectly fine. Everything else is perfect. It's the hips that I wonder how they're going to hold up over time, but that's only really if you play with the figure and mess around with it a lot, which I'm not going to be doing. It's only really for display, like I said. So if you guys are interested in the channel, you want to keep watching, then definitely let me know, because I've been enjoying making the videos. You know, being able to look at Osomatsu San merchandise is great. I really just love the series so much. I'm excited for the new season, and yeah, we have a video on season 1 coming out soon. It's I don't want to give too much away, but we'll just say it's a video about season 1, and then we have a video game review coming soon, so watch out for that, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.